Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I am reviewing The Ghost in Molly McGee Season 1 Episode 12B called The Don't Gooder, and it has been around an hour since I posted the first half of episode 12, so in an hour it's usually a good place to come back. So yes, I'm definitely doing the second half right now, so I can get this done, and also I can get Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, that trailer, the reaction review for that, because I also want to do that today. So so and hopefully that won't get copyrighted like the first time, but this is trailer number 2, so fingers crossed, here's hoping. But before we get to that, let's start with the don't gooder. We first get with Molly and Scratch, and they're doing some recycling basically, and they basically finished, and Scratch is saying, okay, come on, we've finished, let's just go. And then Andrea comes in with the publicity, and she's like, oh, Fandria's, she's on her phone, and she's like, oh, you look at me recycling. She recycled was it one paper, like a cup or something, and I was like, oh, Andrea, you're the best, and no one's acknowledging Molly's work, but and Scratch is like, no one's acknowledging your work, Molly, and Molly's like, well, it's fine, Matt, Scratch, I don't really care about that. It's doing the work as hard as you can. That's the point, of doing what's right, not to get the recognition. And you see, then you kind of see Molly slowly descend into madness again, where she's a kid, you want recognition, so that's basically kind of like her flaw here, where and then and then Scratch is like, well, come on, we deserve recognition. Well, we don't have recognition, but what we do got? Scratch is like, no, what do we got? Grabby fingers. Scratch is like, ew. I agree. And then they go to the lake, and they finished I forgot what they were doing. It was sorting out the garbage or something, and it's now it's no longer hazardly wasting. Now it's toxic. Toxic. I forgot the name, but it's basically still you can't go there, but it's less polluted, I guess, is what she's trying to say. And then Andrea is moved to leave, and everyone, she's famous. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Andrea, you're the best," and I was like, "Oh, the noble, the do-gooder," and Molly's like, "I'm the do-gooder though," but Molly doesn't want to admit that Andrea's getting to her. So she's been trying to to hide it and stuff like that, and after and there was another thing where Andrea did another thing Molly definitely did, Andrea didn't. So Scratch tried to kind of bite her head off. I don't know. And this was in the promo where Andrea was out talking to a camera, and Scratch was about to rah, and then Molly had to bring him back. It's and I guess Scratch said, let me give her one pinch. It kind of looked like you were gonna bite her head off with your sharp teeth and stuff like that. So I don't know. But and then my mom's like, no, Scratch, we have to go. And then you would get to school, and I'm not sure. I think we seen the cafeteria one time. It was the Abraham Lincoln episode, and that was it. Oh, maybe we saw it in the first day of school episode also. Oh wait, and also when spoiler for when Molly was lying to Libby about Scratch, so she had to do her persona with the blue hair. So okay, we've seen the lunchroom now 3 times. Sorry, I thought this was the first, but we get Molly, and she's walking over, and remember Sheila and Kat. Wait, no, sorry, this is Sheila and Kat. We haven't really seen them ever since what was it, that talent show episode. So yeah, so we got a couple of lines from them, of Molly sitting down, and Kat saying, oh, Andrea did this, she recycled, she's a noble do-gooder, and Molly's like, guys, she recycled 1 can. And then the principal, the teacher, saying, Miss McGee, this is unlike you to be like competitive like this, because recycling and doing good is its own nature. There's no need to like compete for it, like, to earn recognition. And then Molly's like, that's what I've been trying to say. And he kind of interrupts her. I didn't really like that. I didn't like that. And he's like, "Well, no, never mind that. Oh, it's time for the annual like nougat sell off or something." And look, meatloaf, Brighton Middle School meatloaf Monday. I don't really like meatloaf, so if you like it, congrats. And of course, another bird dies, of course. And okay, the Brighton Middle School Tournament of Nougat raised money for a new marquee and sign up. Oh look, chess club. What happened to that? Hey, teacher guy, you need to fix this. And he's like, "Oh, we need to sell the most nougat," and everyone's getting excited, and like, "Oh, go Lemmings!" And basically, and Molly's like, "Oh yes, this is finally be my chance to prove myself." I just want to play this right here.
Selling more candy than Andrea Davenport. Vengeful charity. Huh? I'm so proud of you. Okay, hold on, because it's not about revenge. Sure it is. I just want to do good for the school, and if that happens, to show Brighton who the real do-gooder is, then And we got her! Right by that nougat!
I really hope that wasn't too much, but she's like, it's like, finally come on, revenge on Andrea Davenport. And Scott's like, "Oh, like, vengeful charity, I'm so proud of you." That's not good. And Molly's like, "Wait, no, it's not about vengeance." "Oh, yeah, sure it is." And he's like, "Oh, this is about doing good." "Yeah, sure you are." And it's like, along the way of helping out proves to everyone in Brighton who the real do-gooder is, so be it. And Scott's like, "Yes, we got her." And, Andrea, I didn't really like this. Why? Why did you... she's a jerk, so, what are you gonna do? She's, Andrea, and then she's like, "Oh, hey, Molly, you cutie," and of course the shippers are going crazy, and she's like, "Oh, you wanna help out? Oh, you're such a sweet thing." It's like, "You're gonna sell nougat, but I'm obviously gonna sell more nougat." It's, "Oh, and we're gonna, raise enough money for that, what's it called, the marquee or something?" And Molly's like, "May the best do-gooder win." And the Brighton Dog Park. What's with the signs? You gotta fix these. No wonder the birds are dying. I didn't really like this where they're catching the nougat with their mouth and stuff. I don't know. I've been seeing that lately. I'm just not a fan of that. And there's like a song, and there's the mayor. And he's petting the dog. He's like, "Oh, bye-bye nougat." He's like, "No." "Oh, look at the puppy." He's like, "No." "Look at the more puppies." He's like, "Okay, take my money." Okay. And you see Andrea, and she's just not doing anything. She's on her phone, and I guess the dog is helping Scratch out. Remember, the dog was the terrorizing Scratch in the Gig Pig episode. So I guess now Scratch is kind of cool with it. So okay. And we're back to Patty and selling more nougat and stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh, winner $50 because she won bingo, basically." And then I guess they might have talked about it beforehand, because she handed her the nougat while she took the $50. I'm sure they talked about it, because Patty isn't saying like, "Hey, why'd you take my $50 check?" So I'm assuming it was okay, because that's not okay to take someone else's money, Molly. Brighton Bingo League. I wonder if we're gonna see more of the chess club in the bingo league. Probably not, but that'd be pretty cool. So, she's selling more nougat. Of course, Andrea's not doing nothing, and Scratch is, taking more of the nougat, and buy nougat, and and it's going to the ghost world, and you see this waterfall on top of them. I wonder if this is gonna pile on, and we're gonna say, "Molly, you gotta get down here. You need to make the town more miserable, because you're making things too fun, and we're suffering the consequences." I'm not sure. Do they know Molly's behind this, or do they think Scratch? I need to know. I need more of the Ghost Council. And Molly's like, okay, finally, I worked twice as hard as Andrea. Andrea was just sitting on her butt, like, finally, I got her. And then, finally got her. She's going crazy. And then, I had to play this for her.
Charity, of course. Yeah, charity.
She's like, yeah, charity. Okay, Molly. Even Scratch's like, what? And he's like, the teacher's coming on, or, yeah. Is it a principal? It might be principal. He's like, all right, students, it's time to announce the do-gooder of Brighton. And Molly's like, yes, it's me. Say my name. And he's like, oh, you all know it is Andrea Davenport. And Molly's like, no, not again. And she's like, oh, hard work pays off. And Molly just sinks into her chair. Hold on. Wait. I want it to be. Oh, okay, I'll just leave it right there. And she's like, and and basically Andrea does like a little speech. Oh, thank you to everyone who supported me. I'm the do-gooder. And Molly's just in flames right now. They go home and Andrea's doing an interview, and Molly's like, I'm just so mad. She took my credit. I never really wanted recognition before, but she's a kid. I want it so badly now. And obviously Scratch is kind of like, destroy her. Oh, she even said, my job is to amplify Brighton. And Molly's like, and she's like, I trademarked it. And Molly's like, that's my word. And Scratch is like, yes, that's your word. And you can see Andrea with like the puppies trying to give her puppy kisses. And Molly's like, those are my puppy kisses. And Scratch is like, that should be your face covered in dog slobber. Destroy her. And Pete's like, no, Molly doesn't have to destroy her, Scratch. She does good for the sake of doing good. And that's what makes her Molly special. And Sharon's like, yeah, you don't need to prove anything to us. We love you. And we know you're doing your part. Because we've seen it. We have proof. And Molly's like, yeah, you guys are right. Molly starts to calm down. Until, like, and, and there's like, oh, Molly's on TV. And she's just, she's getting attacked by like a possum or something. And then she's like, please guys, just don't send that to anyone. And Dad and Pete accidentally like sends it and stuff. And then Pete's like, oops. Because he accidentally pressed the send button, but because even though after Molly said like not was an accident. I think maybe he intentionally meant to send it, but he thought it might have been okay. So I don't know. And then Molly's like, ugh, sweet baby corn. And then and Molly's basically like, you know what? I'm done. Something smells fishy here. I got to get the bottom of this. And Scarlett's like, yes, we're going, and we're gonna break it. We're gonna break and enter, and we go back to Andrea's house, and you're gonna break and enter, and then Scarlett's like, yes, break and enter, and I love it. And Molly's like, we're doing it for a good cause. We're gonna prove who the real do-gooder is. That's not good enough for you, Molly. And she basically breaks in, and then and actually no, she couldn't break in, and Scratch had to go in and break in for it. He said, you're not gonna believe what's in here. You gotta show me. Come on. Okay. And there's a bunch of Miss Nougat bars, and Scratch is like eating one, and Mom's like, what are you doing? Oh, you're okay with breaking in and entering, but you draw the line of me eating unused products? Both are bad, but whatever. And Mom's like, she's taking pictures and stuff. Oh, she sold all the stuff to herself, and Scratch kind of makes a point. Technically, she did sell the most nougat bars. What are you doing? Why are you taking pictures? I gotta prove to everyone who the real do-gooder is. And Scratch is like, I actually love this side of you, Molly, but I'm kind of getting freaked out here. And he said, I gotta prove Andrea, she's the don't-gooder. That's the name of the title. And Scratch is like, that's not a word. That's still not a word. And Molly's like, we gotta prove it to her, and you're gonna help me. And Scratch is like, I'm the ghost, and you're freaking me out. And then it comes to Andrea's like debut interview. She's saying that I'm the do-gooder and all that stuff. And then and Molly's like, Daryl, you're gonna post these images to prove Andrea Davenport's a fraud. And Daryl's like, I hacked the security system of the school to do my own stuff, and you just says it's wrong. But when you do it, it's fine. Daryl has a point. Not the saying that when he does it is good, but when Molly does it, it shouldn't be good. But Daryl kind of has a point, halfway point. And then Molly's like, and Andrea, and I'm sorry, Scratch is like, Molly, are you okay? Like, you're kind of going too far. He's like, look, Scratch, I'm fine. And he's like, Andrea, congratulations. Molly, you're so crazy. And she's like, oh, you're the do-gooder. And he's like, oh, thanks, Molly. You're very cute. Like, you're a cutie, and you're sweet for helping out as much as you can. I'm just being a jerk. And then she's like, oh, and we get to see Mr. and Mrs. Davenport again. And, remember from that Christmas episode? And she's like, oh, Daddy, like, aren't you proud of me? Like, you give me a hug. And she's like, oh, any minute, pumpkin. We need to wait for it to be real on camera. And then Andrea's heart's broken. And then Molly had this sudden realization. And you see in her eyes, she's like, oh, no. No. Andrea was only doing this stuff to impress her parents. And Scratch is like, even I feel bad for her. And Molly's like, oh no, we gotta stop. We gotta stop Daryl. And Andrea's going on stage. She's about to say her speech when like the pictures go up and stuff. And it's like, you gotta stop Daryl. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, do I have time for an I told you so? No, go. Excuse me. And then Scratch goes up and he knocks Daryl out. Or knocks him over. And he's like, whew, Daryl never make it in time. You almost sent us pictures. We talking about I was ordering a burrito. The pictures are already up. And oh my goodness. When I watched this, I was like, what's gonna happen? In the fall of Andrea Davenport and Davenport Industries, maybe? Because Andrea's like the marketing tool, basically. Like the product placement sort of girl. And then Mr. Davenport's like, what is this nougat in my house, in my garage? And then Andrea's trying to think of something to say. She's just so embarrassed. And Molly's like, oh, I can explain everything. And everyone's kind of like, okay. And then Andrea sold all this nougat to herself. And then Andrea's like, Molly, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, she's sold all this stuff to herself, so you guys don't have to eat the nougat, and so we don't have to overwork our dental dental people at Brighton. And there's one dentist lady just clapping. It's like, oh, I'm gonna announce the do-gooder Andrea Davenport. And then Mrs. Davenport texts a clapping of approval, and Andrea sees the text and she says a sincerely, thank you. So I think this is maybe equivalent to spoilers for Gravity Falls. What was it? Season 2? I forgot it was season 1 or season 2, but it's called so spoilers if you don't want any spoilers for the Gulf War. It's basically Mabel and Pacifica were playing golf against each other, and basically Pacifica and Mabel kind of left on pretty good terms. Not 100%, but it was like pretty good. Pacifica kind of went in a car ride home with them, and she's like, "Oh, Mabel, I had fun. Like, even though it burns me to say this, I had fun, basically." And it kind of feels like this also, where Andrea's like saying thank you. It was like a sincere thank you, and Molly was smiling, Andrea was smiling, so that's pretty cool. And then then Davenport was like, "Oh, where's my little pumpkin, my do-gooder?" And they're hugging. Mr. and Mrs. Davenport are hugging their daughter, which he should have done in the first place, but whatever. But that's his character. But and then and Molly's like, "Wait, Scratch, I had to go. Where are you going?" And and Scratch said, "I got to do something too." And then Molly goes inside her house and hugs Pete and Sharon, her mom and dad, and she's like, "Oh, Molly, why are you hugging us?" She's like, "I just realized I have everything I need right here," and which is her parents, her family. It's like, "Oh, Scratch, where'd you go?" And you see, they open the door, open the garage, and you see, they don't see Scratch, we see his invisible color, kind of like we see right here, and he's ate all the nougat bars, and it's like, well, these boxes empty, and that's the end of the episode. I give this second half of the episode a, let me see, 85%. This was a great episode. Great, second half of the episode. The first half, it was fantastic. It was a solid A, 90%. This was an 85. This was a B plus. It was great. So I definitely like the first half better than the second half. Game night, then the don't gooder. But overall, the entire episode, I give it a 87.5%. So 87%. It is a B plus. Episode 12 is B plus, 87%. It was a great episode. So episode 11 was a fantastic episode. A plus. This was a B plus. It was an 87. So great episode. Fantastic. Game night, great. The don't gooder, and everyone. I'm sorry this came out on Monday. Today Monday, but I'm gonna try to be on track for now on, even though it's not too much of a big deal. I just like to keep on track. But everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to share the video, and I'll see you guys actually later today and hopefully copyright won't spoil things again. I'll see you guys later for the second trailer for Fantastic Beast: The Secrets of Dumbledore reaction to the trailer, and I'm gonna do a separate video of the review today also, and that might come later today, like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock maybe. I don't know. It just depends, because in like half an hour or so I'm gonna go to dinner and stuff like that, and need to double check any homework I need to do. But other than that, I'll see you guys then. All right, bye.